UFC light heavyweight champ Jon Bones Jones has tested positive for traces of cocaine. I'm Jim Basquiat with the latest ESPN headline. The test came prior to his 8th title defense, which was a unanimous decision over Daniel Cormier this past Saturday. Jones has admitted himself into a drug treatment center. We are joined on the phone by ESPN MMA columnist Brett Okamoto. And Brett, this is obviously a major player in UFC and MMA. What does this mean for Jon Jones?
Yeah, you said it, Jim. Is a major player in the UFC and in mixed martial arts in general, the history of mixed martial arts. After this fight against Daniel Cormier this weekend, the biggest question kind of floating around in the mixed martial arts community was, is Jon Jones the greatest fighter of all time? Not just now. Had he surpassed Anderson Silva, Fedor Emelianenko, George St. Pierre as the greatest of all time? And then, of course, 3 days after the fight, here we are, and he's tested positive for metabolites of cocaine. It hurts his image. There's no doubt about that. This is a guy who just signed his own individual deal with Reebok. Reebok, of course, is sponsoring, has partnered with the UFC, but they signed an exclusive additional deal with Jon Jones. His image is very important. He's always been very conscious of his image. So it takes a hit with this. In terms of the fight itself, in terms of his win against Daniel Cormier, which was his 8th consecutive title defense, it really, believe it or not, doesn't do a whole lot. This test was taken on December 4th. Technically, that is considered out of competition by the World Anti-Doping Association, which means that the Nevada State Athletic Commission, which ordered the test, they're not going to fine Jon Jones. They couldn't stop him from fighting, and the result of that fight will stand. Now, if it had been some sort of steroid, obviously those are banned year-round. But because it was traces of cocaine, as far as the Nevada Athletic Commission is concerned, Jon Jones will not be penalized for this.
So, Brett, the test comes on December 4th. Is there any clear understanding of what out of competition from a timeline, what out of competition means? Like, how close to the fight does it need to be?
Yeah, well, I think the Nevada Commission is going to take a closer look at that because you have a situation like this and then a fighter is not penalized. Obviously, the public wants to say, well, what is that all about? Why is this guy, getting to keep his win? He's not losing any money. He's not being suspended for anything. Basically, it comes down to the fact that WADA does not ban substances of abuse outside of competition.
Right.
Again, steroids, you can't take those year-round. You can't take performance-enhancing drugs. But something like cannabis, marijuana, that is something that you can take as long as you are not in competition. That's not going to change anytime soon, at least from my understanding in terms of WADA. But given this circumstance and this unique situation with Jon Jones and how big of a player he is in mixed martial arts, I would not be surprised if Nevada at least has a conversation about potentially making a rule so that this situation doesn't happen again.
Brett, you just touched on it. He's known as the best pound for pound fighter, and you just touched on the fact that he could be considered the best of all time. So, how much of a hit is this for the UFC in terms of what it means for them?
Well, the UFC came out in clear support of Jon Jones, and that's what you would really expect them to do. This guy has, as he said, he's admitted himself into a drug treatment center. I spoke to Jones's striking coach, and of course he is worried about him on a personal level. I think first and foremost, everybody just wants to see Jon Jones get right. This is not his first issue with something like this. In 2012, he wrapped his car around a telephone pole and got a DUI. So this is a guy who became very rich and very famous and very successful at a young age, and so they're monitoring it. Obviously the UFC is going to follow this situation very closely. Moving forward, what does it do to Jones? I'm not so sure that it hurts his selling power necessarily. I mean, you look at the world of boxing and Floyd Mayweather and all the legal troubles that he's been in, and yet he is the highest seller in boxing. So I think from a career standpoint, of course, you're looking at Jones and wondering, can he get it together, or is this sort of, a worrying kind of trend with him? But if he's able to get it together, from a business standpoint and the UFC standpoint, I don't think it's going to hurt him too much.
ESPN MMA columnist Brett Okamoto, we appreciate the insight, Brett.
Thanks, Jim.
Again, Jon Bones Jones tested positive for traces of cocaine. He has admitted himself to a drug treatment center. You can read more about this story right here on ESPN.com. With the latest ESPN headlines, I'm Jim Basquiat.